Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we're here with the final episode of our all-new iRacing content for 2023 Season 4. Yes, we've done the Super Formula car, we've done the Porsche 963, we've done the Acura, and now today we are with quite probably the darling for a lot of people of this pack and also the bane of others. It's the Ferrari 296 GT3 car, and we are heading to the all-new Ledenon circuit, which I can say I've never heard of before it got announced onto the platform. So I've got no idea where we're going today in this car, but it's going to be fun nonetheless. Now, let's get the elephant out in the room first of all. Actually, before we do that, same test, Matt. Come on. It's a Ferrari. It's going to sound good, isn't it? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. This car has replaced the Ferrari 488 Evo, which was released on the sim 3 years ago. A lot of people are not happy about that. Now, if you bought the car within the last 30 days, you get a full refund on it. Or you can obviously just buy this car for free. If you bought the car less than 6 months ago, you get a half refund. Any more than that, no chance. iRacing aren't having it, which is kind of a shame. I mean, I don't care too much personally. You know, I've had my fair share of use out of the Evo in its time. You know, I think, you know, safe to say iRacing do a very, very good job with the cars. But I understand for a lot of people, it is a bit of a kick in the teeth. You know, you've bought a car from 2020 that has been kicked off the service. That, remember as well, the 488 still gets used in real-life racing events. You know, for example, Spa 24, you know, you had the 296 and the 488 racing. So, kind of feels a bit crazy, of course, you know, the fact you can't race a 2020 Ferrari 488. Ford GT, though, that's still eligible in the sim. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings on that one down in the comments below. As where on earth does this track go? Now, I did watch iRacing's little trailer for it. I know they normally race Formula 4s and GT4 cars around here. So bringing a GT3 car is a little bit of a brave choice. But it seemed wiser than either the Super Formula car or either of the GTPs. Like I said, I know nothing about this place. I can't really talk about it except for the fact it seems to be like Portimao's and there's a lot of elevation change, which I like in a racetrack. You know, you get too many flat pack racetracks now in the real world of motorsports. So I quite like this place so far from the lap I've driven of it and the off-board footage that I've seen a little bit of. Of course, getting used to, you know, where you're braking. Like there, for example, I thought that was a fairly flat right kink rather than a tiny little corner, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting track. You know, maybe I'll end up doing some GT4 and Formula 4 racing around here, TCRs as well, I imagine. This track actually, yeah, screams to me like a good little TCR track as well, so maybe we'll get some IMSA that races around here as well in the near future. But yeah, the 296 though, obviously Ferrari have put a V6 in it, and that has upset a lot of people. I genuinely really like both. I keep forgetting that corner's there. I really like both this and the road-going version of the car when it comes in terms of the design. You know, I think, you know, Ferrari obviously continuing to keep up with the times, of course. It is, I'm pretty certain, a hybrid as well, isn't it? If I remember correctly, of course, it won't be... Whoa, hello! A hybrid in its GT3 category. I was not expecting to break traction there. That was very, very weird. Let's get back on the road and get focusing again, try and get the tyres cooled down. But yeah, I quite like it as a real-life road car as well, of course. You know, kind of like the baby sister to the SF90, of course. You know, very similar design choice, obviously both with the hybrid engines. Obviously the real-life road-going version's got something ridiculous, still like over 700 horsepower. Obviously the GT3 one will be tuned down from that, obviously, to meet up with BOP requirements. But expect this thing to be very, very popular early on this season, because, of course, this is iRacing, and it is a new car in a BOP, so it'll probably be made a little bit OP throughout the first season, of course, so iRacing get more people to spend all of their hard-earned money on yet another Ferrari GT3 car. I will get the salt out of my veins. Like I said, I just understand that a lot of people have been made very, very upset by this. But yeah, I mean, obviously the 488s were very, very good. Of course, they were good over the curbs. obviously mid-engine, things like that. So, you know, they were very, very good cars over the curbing. So I'm expecting this thing, of course, to try and take some of those characteristics off those cars. But ultimately, you know, they were never, you know, absolutely dominant or anything like that. It honestly was more dominant as a GTE car in the sim, which, of course, yeah, you still can use. But how the 296 will get on, you know, where its strengths will lie, obviously only time will tell. I will probably, though, run it throughout the first season, or sorry, the 2023 season for, you know, any of the GT3 racing that I do. I think, you know, it'll be a very popular choice for a lot of people. And, of course, as well, iRacing has now upped the car count to 12 cars available in a lobby. This thing likes to break. I think to be honest, I think this track is not ideal for a GT3 car. You can just see there, even just the traction control is working overtime all the way up to 80 miles an hour in first gear. It's a little bit much, this track for this car, I think. New personal best though, 140.5, and I binned it twice. And it says a lot with how we're getting on so far. I think what we probably ought to do, head back to the pit lane and go back out there on a not completely destroyed set of tyres. Right, we go again then for round 2 in the 296. Still got to be careful of the cold rubber, of course, as we head out of the pit lane. But yeah, I mean, this thing, honestly, yeah, I'm not really too sure what to expect from it, because I wasn't a big fan of... Hello. Ow! I've binned the car properly. No, I've managed to go through all of the new content without binning something, and I've just seen the rear wing fly off. Right, we'll pretend that didn't happen. That's a secret between you guys and I, but... yeah, I don't know, sort of, where my allegiances are going to lie longer term with this thing. You know, maybe if it's got some tracks where it's very strong around, you know, perhaps I'll get in with it a bit more, you know, to be honest. I think kind of the Ferrari we were all hoping for was going to be the 499, but, you know, 2 GTP cars, don't think we can really complain at iRacing all too much. Like I said, I think there's a lot of, obviously, salt and, a sour taste in the mouth for a lot of people as well. Of course, you know, the fact that we've got yet another Ferrari GT3 car in the sim, which, of course, yeah, means, obviously, as mentioned, a lot of people that bought them are obviously now a little bit screwed. But I think this thing, you know, will still be a popular choice. At the end of the day, it is a Ferrari race car. People are going to drive it, and people are going to enjoy driving it because it's a Ferrari race car. But, yeah, how we're going to cope is a very, very different story. Like I said, I will probably do VRS in this thing. You know, maybe I'll do some endurances with it as well. But, yeah, you never know what quite might happen, of course. Hopefully you're going to be racing a bit more with a few of my mates as well over the end of 2023. Obviously live over on my Twitch channels. That final corner, so much tougher to navigate than I was really expecting. We'll go for one more lap. And then we'll actually try and do a fairly attacking lap in it where I concentrate a bit more. But I will give this thing credit as well for a V6. Sounds good. Understeers a lot, but sounds good. This is such a weird little track. It honestly feels like a go-kart track more than anything else. Definitely would not recommend, you know, if you're test driving this car, don't bring it here. I would suggest, you know, probably a bit of a bigger circuit is going to be the way to go, because I feel like I'm leaving it in first gear all too much. But of course, you know, I will be driving this thing a lot more. So don't think, hopefully it's not going to completely kill my experience for it. I think as well, of course, you know, these tight twisty tracks never really suited the Ferraris anyway. Ferrari GT3 cars, so probably really... I've just shot myself in the foot, I think, in this one, to be completely honest. But, like I said, I wanted to review Ledenon as well. And, of course, I can't really comment. I like it. I'm going to say I like it. I'm going to go out on a limb, despite the fact, you know, this has not probably been the ideal combo to go with. I mean, just look how much it slides off into the corners. But I guess this is the problem, of course, trying to learn a new track where I genuinely have no idea where I'm going. Let's try and do a proper lap. We'll ignore that little off track on the final corner. Oh, no. Don't it all. We didn't trash another Ferrari. That's good. Just, it likes to break free through there, doesn't it? It really does like to just drop, obviously, the back end, obviously, as the traction bog kicks in. We'll go for one more. But that lap up to that point had felt tidier. Again, oh no, I didn't get a 1x that time. That's fine. Right, we'll go again. There we go. We've done a lap. I think we can be pretty happy with that. Out of the final corner, it's going to be like a 1:22.9. Yeah, like I said, it's a little bit of a stupid combo, to be honest. 1:21.7, actually. So a lot quicker than I was originally expecting. And yeah, probably not giving this car or track the fairest shot in the world. I think, to be honest, though, I quite enjoy the car now. I'm sort of getting a bit more used to it, remembering how the GT3s, of course, drive inside iRacing there. The track as well, I think, is fantastic. Just not in this car, you know. Like I said, maybe a GT4 car is kind of the quickest thing you want to take around here. But thank you all, as always, so much for watching this video. Like I said, you know, we will be back trying to do some more iRacing content as we head into the autumn and the winter. So yeah, definitely want to get yourself subscribed. Would love to get a bit closer to 10,000 subscribers. But yeah, we'll be back very, very soon with more sim racing content. A massive thank you to my Patreon supporters that you can see currently on your screens. If you want to join them from as little as £1 a month, it would be massively appreciated, and you help support my work. You also get access to weekly updates from myself with everything going on behind the scenes with the channel. But yeah, a massive thank you to the names you see on your screen, and we'll be back very soon with a brand new video.